She's blonde, I know. Hey, what's up? I'm Zoe. Welcome back to my channel. So today, as you can tell from the title, we are going to be doing the mid-year freak out tag. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. I'm not always the best at having answers for everything. Once again, this time it's the same situation. We still have a lot of things to talk about that have happened this year. I'm not gonna rant too much, but I did want to thank Katie for tagging me in this. Like, oh my gosh, I really wasn't expecting to get tagged in any of the mid-year videos, so to have that happen really made my day. Thank you. Thank you. So I was like, I have to do the tag, even though I know it's going to be a little later, but hey, we're here. I'm doing it. The best books that you've read in 2023. 2023 reading year has been all over the place, and I have been in the most back-to-back reading slumps that I have been in since I started reading. Just like read a book and then I would read another one and then it just puts me in a slump and I don't know what's going on. Anyways, the three books that I have that I loved this year were The Bodyguard by Catherine Center. She is a female bodyguard and she's pretending to be his girlfriend. So there's fake dating, there's the bodyguard, and it deals with her going with him to his family's ranch or something and staying for a holiday. I think it was Thanksgiving, and it was just so good. I listened to the audiobook. I was hanging on every word. Got the audiobook kind of as a hey, why not type of situation, but I have no regrets. It was so good. It was just a chill read. Lessons in Chemistry by Bonnie Garmis. I read this book kind of in a back-to-back situation. The book that I read prior, I didn't love. Getting the audiobook for Lessons in Chemistry right after that, I was not very hopeful because I knew absolutely nothing about this book. I just got the hold because I knew that it was like was it Barnes & Noble's Book of the Year last year or something like that? And I knew that. So I was like, I'm just gonna get it just to be nosy. I just want to see what everyone's talking about. When I tell you I absolutely adored this book, I did. It was just so good and unexpected, and it had such a like genuinely unique outline to it. It's about a female scientist, and her life pretty much, and how she meets like the love of her life and how she gets this unexpected job of having a cooking show. And this is back in like the 60s, so obviously there's this expectation of what they want a housewife to look like and how a housewife should think. So she kind of goes against those norms and constantly is pushing the buttons. I loved and adored her and her uniqueness and just being her. So it was a good time. Before I Let Go by Kennedy Ryan. It was the first Kennedy Ryan book that I read. It was a challenging read. I don't read a lot of books in romance that are dealing with like people who are well into their 30s. They have kids, like they have a lifestyle. If I'm reading a book about a girl in her 30s, she's still dipping and doing and single and trying to figure it out, kind of like Sex and the City, you know what I'm saying? I had to broaden my mindset when I was reading it. I know that might feel like I'm overthinking it, but like it really did feel different for me, and I really loved it. I loved Kennedy Ryan's writing and stuff like that, so it was a great time. Best sequels that I read in 2023. Queen of Nothing by Holly Black, which I guess could also serve as like the biggest surprise of the year. It's starting me off strong. I'm pretty sure I read this in January. I loved The Cruel Prince. Did not like the second book. So I really didn't have high expectations for this one. And so I just got the audiobook. I got it. I was listening to it. I flew through. I ate that shit up. It was addicting. It was just like, I didn't want to push pause at all. I stopped what I was doing so I could have the full attention on the book, so I could absorb those words. And I would have never expected that. Need to buy a book box for it so I can have all three books, because that series deserves to be bought. The second book, which I think should come as no surprise to anyone, is Good Girl, Bad Blood by Holly Jackson. This is the sequel to A Good Girl's Guide to Murder. which I absolutely loved when I read it last year. I did a whole reading vlog on it and I was so into the series. I don't think I did a reading vlog for Good Girl Bad Blood. I think I just was so in my reading slump that I just was like, I can't sit here focusing on trying to record anything. I need to just read this for me. I think at first I was a little whelmed by it because it just didn't feel like it had the same punchiness as I expected after the first one, but then things got cooking and I was so into it. Favorite reread? I did not reread any books yet this year, which is really shocking because honestly, TBR plans, I would have reread quite a few books this year, but I have not gotten to it yet, so. Oops. What is the genre that you have been enjoying the most this year? Probably romance is still holding me in its clutch this year. A new release that you haven't read yet, but you want to. There are so many. We could make a list. But the book that came to mind when I first read this is definitely Yellowface by R.F. Kuang. I just think that the discussion is one that I would love to be able to participate in. It's just, I haven't been in the mood to read it and it just hasn't happened. And I'm waiting for the audiobook, so hopefully the audiobook will come soon-ish. I don't know. It's probably gonna be a while. Most anticipated release for the second half of the year. I actually don't have one. When I do my most anticipated video and I like start planning out, when I set that up at the beginning of the year, usually there aren't a lot of books announced for the fall in like the second half. There might be something and I just don't know that it's coming out yet. Like, I would love to have a surprise and get like the next Truly Devious book. That would be amazing. If that's coming out, yes, give it to me now. Biggest disappointment. This is one that hurts me at my core because I was anticipating this book. I wanted this book to be one that I loved and raved about. Unfortunately, I didn't, and that is Highly Suspicious and Unfairly Cute by Talia Hibbert. I know, please, please, please don't boo me yet. There is a reading vlog where I was reading this and I just very clearly, I think even in the reading vlog, you can tell I just was not into it. I don't know if it's more because I just wasn't in the mood to read the book, so I wasn't able to receive it, or if it's just plainly that that is just not what I'm into. But I don't know. I think that I'm the problem because I have seen so many people have like so much more of a broad reading taste than I do, and they're like giving it 4 and 5 stars and they're just like saying it's so cute and they like read it in one sitting, and I'm like, I could hardly get through the first chapter. So I don't really know what went wrong with me and this book and Talia Hibbert's writing in this, but I did go into more detail in that reading vlog, so if you want to check that out and you want to see, it's in like the first half, so you could just go watch that if you want to. My biggest surprise, probably Lessons in Chemistry by Bonnie Garmis. Again, I would probably put that here. Favorite new author. So I think I have to go with Kennedy Ryan because I loved Before I Let Go so much, and I read some other stories by her and I have started buying some other books by her in anticipation to read more of her backlog. So yeah, I don't know, Before I Let Go really left an impression on me, and I just really liked her writing style, and I liked how she developed her like cast of characters. Newest favorite character, I don't know. I feel like I like characters, but I don't ever feel like I obsess over them. A book that made you cry. See, I don't really cry whenever I read books. I have yet to like bawl out and actually produce tears. I think that there are moments that happen in books where I'm like, oh my gosh, I could cry right now. I think the closest I got was in Lessons in Chemistry. There was just like one, oh my gosh, like I was like, why? Like I went through it, but I don't know. Beyond that, okay, Lessons in Chemistry made me cry. I guess we'll say that. A book that made you happy. I feel like a lot of books make me happy, but the first one that came to mind was this little graphic novel book that I read. It was called Cat's Cafe, and it just has like a bunch of motivational quotes and like scenarios and stuff, like things to uplift you, and it just made me really happy because I just liked the art style. The most beautiful book that I bought this year, Fourth Wing, of course, for the dragon sprayed edges. Absolutely beautiful. I wish there was a little bit more going on maybe under the sleeve than just being black, but you know, we can't win them all. I'm just happy that I was able to find this at Target before it went out of print. Books that you need to read by the end of the year. Pretty much all of them. I need to read everything. It all needs to be read. I don't even have a list of where to start. It just needs to start. You know, like there's not an actual starting point. It just needs to start, period. I need to read. What is your favorite video that you did this year? Kind of like a group of videos, but I genuinely love doing my anticipated videos. It's a video that took something that I liked but I didn't love, which was doing monthly TBRs, and combined it with something that I really wish I could talk about more on this channel. I just haven't found a great way to really make it a video worthwhile, which is talking about movies and TV and music that I am looking forward to within the month or within the season or whatever in the next few months, because those are also things that I really, really love. Here is my time. Books and Lala. I watched like every video, I promise. Like the thing about me and Lala though is that I don't really think that I like actually read the books that she recommends. I feel like our genres that we lean towards are just so different, but I just genuinely like her. But I really just admire how she runs her channel and balances things, and I think that she just is so creative and fun. Like I think she would just be like a good time. Books with Chloe. I'm pretty sure she's Chloe Bunny now, isn't she? I really love the vibe that she has on her channel now. I love how she goes about doing videos, and I love how chill it is, and I love like how there feels like there's like this new level of honesty and like realness in her videos. And actually I found Get a Life Chloe Brown from her, so you know, we go way back. Throne of Pages. I feel like she's always reading classics. And I think especially since I made the challenge to read, try and read a classic a month, I kind of fell off for the summer. Not gonna lie, but I really like that she challenges herself to read different types of books, and I like her editing style and all of the anime and manga that she talks about. Sunny Kim, I love how she like approaches her videos. I like that they all just kind of feel like she's doing it because she wants to. Like, this is what I want to talk about today. This is the book recs I want to give you today. First videos I watched from her was her annotating a book as a gift for her friend, and I just thought that was such a sweet thing to do, and to make it a video and like have it be like this whole moment, like that was just so sweet. And I like the video themes that she comes up with, and I love her thumbnails. Of course, Bria from Tells the Tales. I love Bria. She is my fave. I think that she does such great videos and puts so much thought and heart into them, and just, yeah, I like her opinions, and I think that she's always open to try out different books. I need her to post more videos. I feel like I haven't seen a video from her in a while, so I would love to see her post more videos. I feel like she's more of a bookstagram girly though, so I understand. Katie is Reading. I really love her videos because they're very long. You can put them on and you will have a solid hour of content while you do something. Like I remember I was like crocheting, and I just put one of her videos on, and it was just like an hour of me just sitting there crocheting and just listening to her talk about the books. Like there's probably more, and I'm probably gonna be like, fuck, I forgot this person, this person, this person. I always like feeling like I could be friends with people, so that's like a big, that's a big part of me like picking out favorite YouTubers and stuff. I hope that the second half of this year will deliver more excellent reading for me, because I really need to get back into it. I miss it, but it's also insanely hot right now, so I really never feel like doing much of anything. I need to learn to not ramble in these videos because this took forever. Anyways, I really hope that you enjoyed it. Thank you so much for watching. Bye! Dreams, baby.